Self, thank you for everything. For the sacrifices no one saw. For the nights you stayed up just to make sure they're okay. For the times you were strong even when you felt like falling apart. You've always been their quiet hero. The one who held it all together. Even when they didn't realize you were breaking inside. You gave love without limits. You gave when you had nothing left to give. You taught them what strength looks like, not the loud kind. You showed what it means to love fiercely. You choose to stay even they've made mistakes. You know they haven't always listened or said thank you, or told you how deeply they love you, but hoping that every good part of them came from you. Your patience, your heart, your fight. Be proud, because being raised and loved by you is the greatest gift you've ever been given.
A young man was rushing to work one morning when he noticed an elderly woman struggling to lift her groceries. Everyone else kept walking by, pretending not to see. And for a moment he thought about ignoring it too. He was already late, and his boss had warned him about being late again. But something inside him wouldn't let him walk away. He took a deep breath, turned around, and walked over. "Let me help you, ma'am," he said, lifting the heavy bags from her trembling hands. Step by step, he carried them all the way to her home. When they arrived, the woman's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you, son," she whispered. "I've got no family left to help me anymore." He smiled, shook his head, and told her she didn't owe him anything. He didn't want a reward. He just wanted to do the right thing. A week later, he is sitting nervously in a job interview. The hiring manager walked in. To his surprise, the man smiled and said, "You're the young man who helped my aunt last week. She told me what you did without hesitation." He added, "If you can treat a stranger with kindness when no one is watching, you're exactly the kind of person we want here." And just like that, the job was his. Because when you help others without expecting anything back, life always finds its own way to return the kindness. Four old school friends met again after 26 years. Meanwhile, one of them went to the restroom. The other three started bragging about their sons. The first man said, "My son studied business and became a banker and made so much money that he bought his best friend a Ferrari." The second said, "My son is a pilot. He started his own airline, and he is so rich that he gave his best friend a private jet." The third man said, "My son is an engineer. He owns a construction company, and he is so rich that he built his best friend a huge castle." Then the fourth friend came back and asked, "What are you guys talking about?" They told him, "We're sharing how successful our sons are." "Tell us about your son," the three old man said. "My son is gay. He works as a dancer in a club." The three friends looked at him and shocked and said, "Oh, that must be hard. You must be disappointed." But the father smiled and said, "Not at all, just last week for his birthday. He was gifted a Ferrari, a private jet, and a castle. All from his three boyfriends."
What?
Peter goes to the pharmacy and says, "Hi, can I get some protection? I'm going to my girlfriend's house for dinner, and I think tonight I might get lucky." The pharmacist gives him one. Peter stops at the door, comes back, and says, "Better give me another one." Her sister is charming. She always sits in a, let's say, interesting way when I'm around. I might get lucky there too. The pharmacist gives him another one. Peter turns to leave again, but stops and says, "Actually, give me one more. Her mom is still very attractive. She always gives me that look. And since she invited me for dinner, maybe she wants me to make a move." That evening during dinner, Peter sat with his girlfriend on the left, sister on his right, and mom across from him. Then the dad walks in. Peter quickly bows his head and starts praying. "Dear Lord, thank you for this food and for everything you've given me." 10 minutes later, still praying. 20 minutes later, still praying. They all looked at each other surprised. And his girlfriend was even more surprised than the others. His girlfriend leans over and whispers, "I didn't know you were so religious." Peter whispers back. I didn't know your dad was a pharmacist.